Hey, it's iEmpire here with volume 37 of Nintendo Switch and Gems. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all doing well. So this week we'll be doing a Nintendo Switch and PS4 video, and then the next week will be a PlayStation 5 and Switch video. Really looking forward to the next Switch video because I just got some games in from one of my favorite publishers, so stay tuned for that. But today our first title is a 2D hack and slash called Bladed Fury. This game's a lot of fun. It takes place in ancient China and it's full of Chinese lore and history. Combat's a lot of fun. Again, it's fast and fluid. She has a broadsword for a heavy attack, and she's got dual knives for a quick attack. She can dash, double jump. She can do counter attacks. She has a shield that she can use. There's an upgrade path for your abilities. You collect souls from downed enemies, and you spend those on increasing your abilities. Nice enemy variety in the game as well. You got soldiers, there's archers, all different kinds of monsters and beasts that are based on Chinese lore. So if you're looking for a good hack and slash, really recommend this. So here's the trailer for Bladed Fury. Our next title is called Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, and this is the ports of the classic PC games. And has 1 and 2 and all the expansions. I have a ton of bias for this game because I used to play this a ton back in the 90s on PC. Um, this is only $30, but for that amount of money, you just get an enormous amount of content and gameplay. So you either start out with a plot of land or an existing park, and you've got different goals that you have to achieve, like reach a certain monetary value of your park, or a number of guests, or take a park that's running in the red and make a profit. But there's just an enormous amount to do in this game. The customization, you can create coasters if that's not your thing. There's pre-existing coasters. You select the different rides that you want, the the layout of the park, the flow of the park, the landscaping, um, food, different merch, just top to bottom. So it's really a lot of fun. There's a lot to learn, but there are great tutorials in the game that help you along with it. There's 95 different scenarios to play out. There's 43 additional parks. There's also a challenge mode or free mode. I'm sorry, where you have a piece of land and you go at it and you run your park for as long as you possibly can. Um, it runs really well with a controller. I'm surprised how well it translates. The only negative thing about the game is that when you're zooming in and out, there's a good amount of delay. But other than that, absolutely fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. So here's the trailer for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. Up next is a really classic RPG called Wizardry, Proving Ground of the Mad Overlord. And this is a really nice opportunity for RPG fans to experience because this is a remake of a 1981 Apple II RPG. And it's a really keystone RPG because it's the first party based RPG that gamers were introduced to. So, the goal of the game is to retrieve a stolen amulet from an evil wizard, and the dungeons are underneath the castle. So, it's a 3D first person dungeon crawler, And you control a party of 6, usually like 3 in the front, 3 in the back. And combat is turn based. And when you're not in combat, you're constantly on the lookout for loot and secrets. When you're not in combat, also you travel back to town to resupply, get new gear. You can revive down party members, recruit new members, all sort like that. But a really, really cool opportunity. I highly recommend it if you want to experience a Keystone RPG. So here's a trailer for Wizardry, Proving Ground of the Mad Overlord. Our next title is called Creepy Tales Double Pack. This has 2 complete games on it, and these are 2D adventure puzzle titles. Well, the first title is called Ingrid Penance, and the second one's called Some Other Places. And I don't want to spoil anything on these because the story's everything for these. So each story involves a young kid and their journey into a kind of a perilous and dangerous place and what they have to do to survive and escape. So you're going to meet different NPCs in the game. You go around exploring the environments and you're looking for items to solve puzzles. In the first game, you gain the ability to switch characters. There's a really great supporting character in the first game. The second game introduces QTEs as well. But you go around looking for items to solve puzzles, and the puzzles are really well done. They're often multi-step puzzles, but they're not obtuse and obscure. They all make sense. They may challenge you mentally, but they all make sense. And the stories are just so well done and well written. So if you're looking for a good puzzle adventure game, really recommend these. So here's the trailer for Creepy Tales Double Pack.
How many into this abyss have fallen? And now one more. What purpose brings you here? My world was not created for chastisement, nor for education. I'll grow tired of all your foolishness and empty boasting. The way you grab it all around and break it. Get out, obnoxious child! No, don't you dare! Just look at the wild mess that others like you have made of my once perfect little hell. I ask only for peace. Get out of here!
Our tale takes place long, long ago, in dark and frightening times. An evil sorceress used butterflies to bend the forest to her will. Local children began disappearing, and grief spread from home to home. But not every family knew about the looming danger. People carried on catching fish, gathering mushrooms, and enjoying their lives. Among them was a boy by the name of Martin, who was never one to seek out adventure. But the hands of fate guided him to some other place. Who called him here, and why? What horrors will he have to endure? Who will have to perish at his hands if he is to be saved? All this will be revealed in our game.
All right, the last game today is a small indie title with a whole lot to offer, and it's called Regions of Ruin. And this is a 2D, 16-bit side-scrolling action-adventure RPG. And it takes place in a world where dwarves are being annihilated, and your role in it to help prevent them from being taken out by the evil forces. So it takes place across an entire continent, and there's 12 different zones, and you're spending resources to open up new areas in the game. The gameplay focuses on exploration, town building, and combat. In exploration, you're opening up new areas in the game, and you're looking for everything from resources to treasures. There's secrets, there's NPCs, there's quests to find. Lots of different environments. You've got like forests and deserts and ice areas. And then for the town, it's where you buy and repair, you trade, you're crafting, you create new buildings for different purposes. And then the combat is a lot of fun. You've got strong attacks, weak attacks. You can dash, jump, block, counter attack. Another interesting aspect of this game is that the NPCs that you meet, you have the opportunity to recruit them into your party, and you end up having a party to, join you on your adventure. There's a progression system in it, and it looks good. It runs good. It's a pretty colorful game. It's got nice details. It's got a good soundtrack. So, again, a lot to offer in this little title. So here's the trailer for Regions of Ruin. All right, that's it for Volume 37 of Nintendo Switch Hidden Gems. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game selection. Again, really looking forward to the next episode because I got a few games from one of my favorite publishers that just came last week. So stay tuned for that one. So if you found any games you want to add to your collection based on this video, if you would throw me a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So until the next one, take care, may you be blessed, and I am out of here. Catch you later.